There are moments in life when everything feels still, when progress seems slow, when prayers feel like they are echoing back without answers, and when effort appears to yield little reward. It is in these very moments that a powerful truth often goes unnoticed. Transformation is quietly taking place beneath the surface. Today, I want you to hold on to a message of hope, faith, and expectation. God is about to increase your wealth, not just in material terms, but in every dimension of your life that truly matters. We often associate wealth with money, possessions, and visible success. While financial prosperity is certainly a part of life, true wealth goes far beyond that. It includes peace of mind, strong relationships, wisdom, health, purpose, and the ability to uplift others. When God increases your wealth, He does so holistically. He expands your capacity, your vision, your influence, and your ability to live a meaningful and impactful life. Many people underestimate the seasons of waiting. They see them as delays or denials, but in reality, these seasons are often periods of preparation. Just as a seed must remain buried in darkness before it sprouts, your life may go through hidden phases before visible breakthroughs occur. Growth is not always loud or immediate. Sometimes it is silent and gradual, but make no mistake, when the time is right, what has been developing within you will begin to manifest in extraordinary ways. You may have faced setbacks, disappointments, or losses. You may have worked tirelessly without seeing the results you hoped for. You may have questioned your path or even your purpose. But understand this: nothing you have gone through is wasted. Every challenge has strengthened you. Every delay has refined you. Every obstacle has prepared you for a greater level of responsibility and blessing. God does not increase wealth randomly. There is a process, a divine order, and often a transformation that must take place within you before blessings can be entrusted to you. Imagine being given abundance without the wisdom to manage it or the character to sustain it. It would not serve you in the long run. That is why the journey matters just as much as the destination. The growth you experience along the way ensures that when your wealth increases, you are ready to handle it with grace and purpose. Faith plays a crucial role in this process. Faith is not just believing when things are easy. It is trusting even when circumstances suggest otherwise. It is waking up each day with the confidence that something greater is on the horizon, even if you cannot yet see it. Faith is what keeps you moving forward when doubt tries to hold you back. It is the quiet assurance that your efforts are not in vain and that your story is still unfolding. Gratitude is another key that unlocks the door to greater wealth. When you appreciate what you already have, you create a mindset of abundance rather than lack. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. It allows you to recognize the blessings that are already in your life, and in doing so, it opens the pathway for even more to flow in. A grateful heart attracts increase because it acknowledges the source of all blessings. It is also important to align your actions with your intentions. If you desire growth, you must be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Opportunities often come disguised as challenges or responsibilities. They may require effort, courage, and persistence. But within those opportunities lies the potential for expansion. When you take action with faith and determination, you position yourself to receive what has been prepared for you. Another aspect of increased wealth is the ability to give. True abundance is not just about receiving, it is about sharing. When you become a channel of blessing for others, you create a cycle of generosity that enriches both your life and the lives of those around you. Giving does not diminish your wealth. It multiplies it in ways that go beyond numbers. It strengthens your sense of purpose and connects you to something greater than yourself. There may be moments when doubt creeps in. You may wonder if this promise of increase is truly meant for you. You may compare yourself to others and feel as though you are falling behind. But remember, your journey is unique. Your timing is different. What is meant for you will not pass you by. Comparison only distracts you from your own path. Stay focused on your growth, your goals, and your relationship with God. Patience is essential. Just because something has not happened yet does not mean it will not happen. Sometimes the greatest blessings take the longest to arrive because they require the most preparation. Trust that the timing is not arbitrary. There is a purpose behind every delay and every acceleration. When the moment comes, it will be clear that everything happened exactly as it needed to. As your wealth begins to increase, it is important to remain grounded. Success should not change your values or your character. Stay humble, stay kind, and stay connected to your purpose. Remember where you started and the lessons you learned along the way. Let your growth inspire others rather than distance you from them. True wealth is reflected not only in what you have, but in who you become. You are not defined by your current circumstances. You are not limited by your past. Your future is still being written, and it holds possibilities beyond what you can imagine. The increase that is coming into your life is not just about improving your situation. It is about transforming your perspective and elevating your entire experience. There is power in expectation. When you expect good things to happen, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Your mindset shapes your reality more than you realize. If you constantly anticipate lack or failure, you limit your potential. But when you believe that increase is on the way, you align your thoughts, actions, and energy with that belief. It is also important to take care of what you already have. Whether it is your skills, your resources, your relationships, or your time, stewardship matters. When you manage your current blessings well, you demonstrate readiness for more. Growth often begins with responsibility. By honoring what is already in your hands, you prepare yourself for greater opportunities. Sometimes the increase in your wealth will come in unexpected ways. It may not look like what you initially imagined. It could be a new opportunity, a new connection, a new idea, or a new direction. Stay open to possibilities. Do not limit yourself to a single vision of success. God's plans are often bigger and more creative than our own expectations. Surround yourself with positivity and encouragement. The people you spend time with influence your mindset and your outlook on life. Choose to be around those who uplift you, who believe in your potential, and who inspire you to grow. Distance yourself from negativity and doubt. Protect your vision and your peace. Consistency is another key factor in achieving increase. Small, consistent actions over time lead to significant results. You do not need to have everything figured out at once. What matters is that you keep moving forward, step by step. Progress may be gradual, but it is still progress. Stay committed to your journey even when it feels slow. Your story is a testament to resilience, faith, and perseverance. The challenges you have faced have shaped you into who you are today. They have given you strength, wisdom, and perspective. These qualities are part of your wealth. They are assets that cannot be taken away and that will continue to serve you as you move forward. Believe that you are worthy of increase. Sometimes the biggest barrier to growth is not external but internal. If you do not believe you deserve success, you may unconsciously hold yourself back. Let go of limiting beliefs and embrace the truth that you are capable of achieving great things. Your potential is not defined by your past or your fears. As you move forward, remember to celebrate your progress. Acknowledge how far you have come, even if you have not yet reached your ultimate goals. Every step forward is a victory. Every lesson learned is a gain. Celebrating your journey keeps you motivated and reminds you that growth is already happening. There is a divine timing to everything. You may not always understand it, but you can trust it. The increase that is coming into your life is not sluchier. It is intentional. It is part of a bigger plan that is unfolding in ways you may not yet see. Stay patient, stay faithful, and stay committed. In closing, hold on to this truth. God is about to increase your wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your spirit, your relationships, your opportunities, and your purpose. Prepare yourself for this increase by cultivating faith, gratitude, and discipline. Stay open to growth. Remain grounded in your values and continue to move forward with confidence. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The seeds you have planted are beginning to grow. The efforts you have made are about to bear fruit. Keep believing, keep striving, and keep trusting. The increase is coming, and it will transform your life in ways that exceed your expectations. There are moments in life when everything seems paused, as if the world has moved forward for others, but your own journey has been placed on hold. You pray, you work, you hope, and yet the results you expect do not appear immediately. In those moments, it is easy to assume that nothing is happening or that something has gone wrong. But what if the silence is not emptiness? What if the waiting is not rejection but preparation? What if the delay is actually part of a perfect design that is shaping your future in ways you cannot yet see? Life does not unfold randomly for those who believe in a higher purpose. There is a deeper order behind the timing of events, even when it does not make sense in the present moment. What feels slow or delayed is often a process of alignment, where people, opportunities, and circumstances are being arranged in the background. Just like a master builder does not rush the foundation of a structure, there are foundations being laid in your life that will support something far greater than what you currently imagine. Waiting is one of the most difficult experiences for the human heart because it challenges our desire for control. We want answers now. We want results immediately. We want clarity before stepping forward. But growth rarely happens in instant moments. It develops in seasons, and each season has its own purpose. The waiting season is not wasted time. It is a shaping time. It is where patience is formed, where resilience is strengthened, and where faith is tested and refined. In many cases, what we interpret as delay is actually protection. There are things we are not yet ready for, even if we believe we are. There are opportunities that require maturity, wisdom, and emotional stability before they can be fully embraced. If they were given too early, they might not last or might even harm us. So the timing of life ensures that what is meant for us arrives when we are able to handle it, not just desire it. Think of how nature operates. A seed does not become a tree overnight. It must pass through stages that are invisible before anything visible appears. Beneath the soil, roots begin to grow long before any sign of life breaks through the surface. To an observer, nothing seems to be happening, but deep within, transformation is taking place. In the same way, your life may be developing in unseen ways during seasons when nothing appears to be changing externally, but internally you are being prepared for something greater. There is also a divine coordination in timing that involves other people. The opportunities you are waiting for are often connected to individuals who are also in their own process of preparation. The right connections, relationships, and collaborations only become effective when all the pieces come together at the right moment. If even one part arrives too early or too late, the outcome may not align as intended. That is why timing is not just personal. It is interconnected with the journeys of others. Sometimes what we call delay is actually redirection. We may be heading towards something we believe is right for us, but along the way, circumstances shift us onto a different path. At first, this can feel disappointing or confusing, but later it becomes clear that the new direction was far better than the original plan. Many people look back and realize that what they once considered a setback was actually a setup for something greater. What seemed like a closed door was actually protection from something that was not meant to be. During waiting seasons, doubt often tries to take root. It whispers that nothing is happening, that progress has stopped, or that success is for others but not for you. These thoughts can become heavy if they are not challenged. But faith invites a different perspective. It encourages you to trust beyond what you see, to believe beyond what you feel, and to remain steady even when results are not visible. Faith is not denial of reality. It is confidence that reality is still unfolding. One of the hidden blessings of waiting is the development of strength. When things do not happen instantly, you learn endurance, you learn consistency, you learn how to continue moving forward even when motivation is low. These qualities become essential for sustaining success when it eventually arrives. Sudden success without preparation often fades quickly, but success that is built through patience tends to last longer because the foundation is stronger. There is also a deep emotional transformation that happens in waiting. It humbles the heart. It removes arrogance and replaces it with dependence on something greater than yourself. It teaches gratitude for small progress and appreciation for quiet growth. Instead of rushing through life, you begin to notice details you might have otherwise ignored. You become more aware, more grounded, and more reflective. When the right time finally arrives, everything begins to move differently. What once felt blocked begins to flow. What once felt difficult becomes easier. What once felt distant suddenly becomes accessible. It is not necessarily because the effort has changed, but because alignment has occurred. The pieces fall into place. Doors open without force. Opportunities appear without struggle. Relationships connect naturally. It feels as though things are moving with you rather than against you. This shift often surprises people because it happens after a long period of silence. But those who understand timing recognize it as the natural unfolding of what was already in motion beneath the surface. Nothing truly happens overnight. It only appears that way when the preparation is complete. It is important during waiting seasons not to lose hope or rush ahead of your process. Forcing outcomes before their time can lead to unnecessary struggle. Trusting the process does not mean inactivity. It means continuing to grow, learn, and prepare while remaining patient for the right moment. Your responsibility is to stay faithful in your actions, even when results are not immediate. There is also wisdom in using waiting periods wisely. Instead of focusing only on what has not yet happened, this is a time to improve yourself. Refine your skills, strengthen your mindset, and deepen your understanding of life. These investments in yourself become valuable when the increase finally arrives. They ensure that when opportunity comes, you are ready to handle it with wisdom and stability. There comes a moment when everything shifts. It may not always be dramatic or loud. Sometimes it is quiet and subtle, but suddenly things begin to move forward in ways that feel natural and aligned. You realize that what you once prayed for is now unfolding. What once seemed far away is now within reach, and what once felt impossible is now becoming your reality. In that moment, you understand that nothing was truly delayed. Everything was unfolding according to a perfect rhythm that you could not see at the time. The waiting had purpose, the silence had meaning, the preparation had value, and the timing was never wrong, only unseen. When increase comes in its appointed time, it carries stability, clarity, and direction. It does not overwhelm you, it elevates you. It does not confuse you, it aligns you. It does not break you, it builds you. And most importantly, it comes with a sense of peace that confirms you are exactly where you are meant to be. So even in seasons where nothing seems to be happening, trust that something deeper is in motion. The timing of your life is not random. It is purposeful, intentional, and perfectly aligned for your growth and your future. Faith is often the quiet strength that holds a person together when everything else feels uncertain. It is not always loud, emotional, or dramatic. In many cases, it is a steady inner confidence that refuses to give up even when there is no visible proof that things will improve. It is this kind of faith that becomes the foundation of true prosperity, because without it, a person can easily lose direction, hope, and the ability to recognize opportunities that are already unfolding in their life. Prosperity is not only about material wealth, it is about growth in every area of life, including peace, wisdom, relationships, and purpose. But to truly step into that kind of abundance, a person must first develop a mindset that can perceive it. Faith plays a crucial role in shaping that mindset. When you have faith, you begin to see beyond your current situation. You stop interpreting your present circumstances as the final outcome and instead view them as part of a larger journey that is still unfolding. Without faith, life becomes limited to what is immediately visible. Every delay feels like a failure. Every challenge feels like a permanent obstacle. Every closed door feels like the end of the road. But with faith, those same experiences are interpreted differently. A delay becomes preparation. A challenge becomes development. A closed door becomes redirection. Faith changes not only what you believe about your future, but also how you understand your present. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is that it keeps a person steady during uncertainty. Life is full of unpredictable moments, and not everything can be controlled or explained. There are times when plans do not work out, when expectations are not met, and when answers do not come quickly. In such moments, people without faith may feel lost or discouraged. But faith provides stability. It anchors the heart and mind, allowing a person to remain calm and focused even when circumstances are unclear. This stability is important because prosperity often requires endurance. Many of the opportunities that lead to growth do not appear instantly. They develop over time. They require patience, consistency, and the ability to keep moving forward even when results are not immediate. Faith gives you the strength to continue when logic says to quit and when emotions suggest giving up. It reminds you that what you cannot see yet does not mean it does not exist. Faith also prepares the heart to receive abundance before it becomes visible. This means that before external change happens, internal transformation takes place. A person begins to think differently, speak differently, and act differently. They start to align themselves with the reality they believe is coming. This alignment is important because it shapes how they respond to opportunities when they appear. Someone without faith may overlook or dismiss opportunities simply because they do not recognize them, while someone with faith is more aware, more open, and more prepared. In many cases, what people call luck or sudden success is actually the result of preparation combined with belief. Faith keeps a person ready. It encourages them to keep improving, learning, and growing even when there is no immediate reward. So when the opportunity finally arrives, they are not caught off guard. They are positioned to receive it and use it effectively. Faith also influences how a person speaks and thinks about their life. Words have power in shaping mindset and direction. A person filled with faith tends to speak with hope, even in difficult situations. They do not deny reality, but they also do not surrender to it. Instead, they hold on to the belief that things can change. This kind of mindset creates resilience and opens the door for new possibilities. Another important aspect of faith is that it helps a person avoid being controlled by fear. Fear often limits growth because it causes hesitation. It makes people avoid risks, avoid opportunities, and avoid change. But prosperity often requires stepping into the unknown. Faith does not remove uncertainty, but it makes it possible to move forward despite it. It replaces fear with trust and doubt with confidence in the process of life. Over time, faith becomes a way of living rather than just a belief. It shapes daily decisions, influences long-term goals, and affects how a person responds to both success and failure. Even when things do not happen immediately, faith allows a person to remain grounded and patient. It teaches that timing is not always visible, but is always working in the background. In this way, faith is not passive, it is active. It requires engagement, persistence, and a willingness to keep going even when results are not yet seen. It is not about waiting in inactivity, but about continuing to build, prepare, and grow while trusting that what is meant for you is already in motion. When faith becomes strong, it changes how a person views challenges. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, they begin to see them as stepping stones. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they begin to ask, "What is this preparing me for?" This shift in perspective is powerful because it transforms struggle into growth and uncertainty into opportunity. Faith lays the foundation for a life that is open to growth and expansion. Without it, even opportunities can be missed because they are not recognized or trusted. With it, even small beginnings can lead to great outcomes because they are nurtured with belief, patience, and consistency. When faith is present, prosperity is not rushed or forced. It unfolds naturally, step by step, as a result of inner alignment and steady trust in the process. And even before the physical evidence appears, the heart already knows that something greater is on its way. Character is one of the most overlooked foundations of lasting success. Many people focus on what they want to receive, but not on who they need to become in order to sustain it. True increase is not just about gaining more resources. It is about becoming the kind of person who can handle those resources with wisdom, discipline, and humility. Without that internal development, even great opportunities can become burdens instead of blessings. Before any real expansion in life, there is often a season of shaping. This season is not always comfortable, but it is deeply necessary. It is where patience is developed through waiting, where discipline is formed through consistency, and where humility is learned through experience. These qualities do not appear instantly. They are built slowly through daily choices, small tests, and quiet challenges that shape the way a person thinks and behaves. Discipline is often the first area of growth. It is the ability to do what is right even when it is not easy or immediately rewarding. Without discipline, success becomes unstable because consistency is missing. A person may receive opportunities, but without structure and self-control, those opportunities can quickly be lost. Discipline teaches order, responsibility, and focus. It helps a person manage time, energy, and decisions in a way that supports long-term growth rather than short-term satisfaction. Humility is another essential part of character development. It keeps a person grounded when things begin to improve. Without humility, success can easily lead to pride, and pride can quietly destroy what has been built. Humility allows a person to remain teachable, to acknowledge that they still have room to grow, and to appreciate the contributions of others. It prevents the heart from becoming inflated with self-importance and keeps gratitude at the center of achievement. Wisdom is also developed through experience, reflection, and sometimes even through failure. It is not just knowledge, but the ability to apply understanding in a way that produces good outcomes. Wisdom helps a person make better decisions, recognize opportunities, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. It is one of the most important qualities needed to manage increase effectively. Without wisdom, resources can be misused or wasted. With wisdom, even small resources can be multiplied. One of the key principles of life is that expansion without preparation often leads to collapse. When people receive more than they are ready for, they may struggle to manage it. This can apply to finances, relationships, influence, or responsibility. That is why growth in character often comes before visible increase. It ensures that when new levels arrive, they are sustained rather than lost. Think of character development as strengthening the foundation of a building. A strong structure requires a deep and stable base. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure becomes vulnerable, no matter how impressive it looks on the outside. In the same way, internal character supports external success. It determines whether growth will last or eventually collapse under pressure. There are often seasons in life where progress feels slow, not because opportunities are absent, but because development is still taking place within. These seasons are not punishments, they are preparations. They shape emotional strength, mental clarity, and spiritual maturity. During this time, a person learns how to handle pressure, how to stay consistent, and how to remain steady when results are not immediate. Many people desire success, but fewer are willing to go through the process of becoming ready for it. Character building is often quiet and unseen. It does not always receive recognition, but it is essential. The habits formed in private eventually determine the outcomes experienced in public. What a person practices when no one is watching often becomes the reason they either succeed or struggle when more is entrusted to them. Increase is not just about receiving more, it is about managing more. And management requires maturity. A person with strong character can be trusted with responsibility because they are consistent, reliable, and grounded. They do not allow success to change their values, and they do not allow pressure to compromise their integrity. There is also an emotional aspect to character development. It teaches patience in waiting, stability in uncertainty, and strength in difficulty. Life is not always predictable, and without emotional maturity, challenges can become overwhelming. But when character is strong, a person can navigate difficulties without losing direction or purpose. Another important element is integrity. Integrity ensures that a person remains honest and consistent even when no one is watching. It builds trust, and trust is essential for long-term success. Without integrity, opportunities may come, but they will not stay. With integrity, even slow progress becomes meaningful because it is built on a solid foundation. As character grows, a person begins to notice changes in how they handle situations. They react less impulsively, think more carefully, and make decisions with greater awareness. They become more patient with the process of life and more understanding of timing. This inner transformation is often the clearest sign that they are being prepared for something greater. When increase does come, it feels natural rather than overwhelming. This is because the person has already been shaped to handle it. They are not surprised by responsibility because they have already developed the discipline to manage it. They are not consumed by pride because they have already learned humility. They are not confused by opportunity because they have already gained wisdom. In this way, character becomes the invisible support system behind every lasting success. It ensures that blessings do not just arrive, but remain. It turns temporary success into lasting stability. And it transforms increase from something external into something that is deeply sustainable within a person's life. Growth in character is not a delay to success, it is the preparation for it. And when that preparation is complete, what follows is not just increase, but stability, maturity, and lasting fulfillment. Preparation is often the quiet difference between people who simply wish for change and those who actually experience it. Many individuals pray for opportunity, hope for increase, and desire expansion in their lives, but they overlook one essential principle: opportunities respond to readiness. Life tends to place responsibility in the hands of those who are equipped to handle it. In this sense, preparation is not just helpful, it is foundational. When a person begins to prepare themselves, something powerful shifts internally before anything changes externally. Preparation is not only about learning new skills or gaining knowledge, it is about developing the mindset, habits, and discipline required to sustain growth. It is the process of aligning who you are with what you are expecting. Without this alignment, even good opportunities can feel overwhelming or slip away unnoticed. Skills are one of the most visible forms of preparation. They represent your ability to perform, contribute, and deliver value. When you improve your skills, you increase your capacity to handle more complex tasks and greater responsibilities. This might involve learning, practicing, refining, or even starting over in certain areas. Skill development requires humility because it means acknowledging that there is still more to learn, but it is this willingness to grow that opens doors to new levels of opportunity. Skills alone are not enough. Mindset plays an equally important role. A person with strong skills but a limited mindset may still struggle to grow. Mindset determines how you interpret challenges, how you respond to setbacks, and how you view success. A prepared mindset does not see difficulties as permanent barriers, but as temporary stages of development. It remains open to learning, adaptable to change, and steady in uncertainty. This mental readiness allows a person to recognize opportunities that others may overlook or dismiss. Habits are another critical part of preparation. While skills represent what you can do, habits represent what you consistently do. They shape your daily life in small but powerful ways. Over time, habits determine direction. A person who cultivates discipline, consistency, and focus in their daily routine builds a foundation that supports long-term growth. On the other hand, habits of delay, distraction, or inconsistency can quietly limit progress, even when potential is present. Preparation is often invisible at first. It happens in private moments when no one is watching. It takes place in the early mornings, in the quiet decisions to keep going, and in the repeated efforts that do not immediately show results. But these hidden efforts are not wasted. They are building capacity. They are strengthening endurance. They are shaping readiness for what is to come. One of the most important aspects of preparation is that it expands capacity. Capacity is your ability to handle more without breaking under pressure. Without sufficient capacity, increase can become overwhelming. But when you prepare yourself, you gradually expand your ability to manage responsibility, time, and resources. This expansion is what allows growth to be sustained rather than temporary. Opportunities often come unexpectedly. They do not always announce themselves in advance or wait until a person feels ready. Instead, they appear when conditions align. A prepared person is able to recognize these moments and act on them. An unprepared person may hesitate, doubt, or fail to see their significance. This is why preparation is so closely connected to timing. It ensures that when the right moment arrives, you are not starting from zero, but from a place of readiness. There is also a deeper principle at work. Preparation creates alignment. When your skills, mindset, and habits are in harmony with your goals, you naturally begin to move in the direction of those goals. You make decisions that support growth. You notice opportunities that match your direction. You attract experiences that align with your level of readiness. In this way, preparation is not passive. It actively shapes your path. Sometimes people assume that increase comes suddenly, but in reality, it is often the result of gradual preparation that meets opportunity. What looks like sudden success is usually the outcome of consistent development over time. The foundation was already being built long before the visible results appeared. When opportunity finally arrives, it connects with preparation, and that connection produces expansion. Preparation also builds confidence. When you know you have put in the effort to grow, you are more willing to step into new situations. Confidence is not arrogance, it is assurance that you are equipped for what lies ahead. This assurance allows you to take action without being paralyzed by fear or doubt. It gives you the courage to move forward even when the outcome is uncertain. In many cases, people delay their own progress, not because opportunities are absent, but because they do not feel ready for them. Preparation removes this hesitation. It replaces uncertainty with readiness. It transforms hesitation into action. And when action meets opportunity, growth becomes inevitable. Another important aspect of preparation is responsibility.